here in the heartland. This is the working man. These are the fields of dreams of American. No, you can't take that away, 'cause I wanna stay here in the heartland. I'm here in the heartland.
2020 celebrates a special time in our state's history, and that's the 100-year anniversary of our state parks. Now, our first state park was dedicated in 1920, but 25 years before that, we saw this initiative to start to preserve some land, partially because of the study of botany, and also because we had seen such a transformation from our settlers of this landscape. By 1900, 36 million of Iowa's 37.3 million acres of land had been cleared, tilled, cut for pasture and fields, and we were afraid we were going to lose what this land looked like when our settlers had first come through. In just one lifetime, people saw the loss of elk, bison, black bear, passenger pigeons, prairie chickens here within our state. And a few men started to do something about it. Iowa had already had a rich history of conservationists, starting with John Lacey. John Lacey passed the Lacey Act of 1894 and most notably the Antiquities Act of 1906, which allowed President Theodore Roosevelt to preserve our national parks. Following the footsteps of John Lacey, a gentleman named Thomas McBride, a botanist from the University of Iowa, started to lead a movement, later joined by Louis Pamel and Bohumil Shimmick. These men traveled the state promoting the use of preserving our land to showcase it for futures to come. And in 1917, they passed the Iowa State Park Act, which allowed funds to be set aside for use of preserving land for both conservation and recreation. Some of the top areas they identified were places such as Ledges, Dolliver, Palisades, and even Maquoketa Caves. As they gained momentum, the Roaring Twenties came into play. And with the 1920s, we saw access to automobiles becoming more prevalent throughout the state, and with that, a need for new roads and highways. And along with that, we saw a new travel tourism starting to develop. This helped promote this cause for state parks. Iowa State Senator Byron Newberry, State Treasurer Edwin Hoyt, and local lawyer E.M. Carr were instrumental in developing the first state park of Backbone and acquiring the land that it would take to set it aside. As Backbone is coming into play, the Iowa Conservation Board set up a 25-year plan. When Franklin Delano Roosevelt took office and passed the New Deal, the Civilian Conservation Corps was put to work. Unfortunately for Iowa, with our 25-year plan put in place, we were the first state west of the Mississippi to receive a CCC camp. In April of 1933, the first 16 CCC camps were set up here in Iowa. And by 1935, over 46 CCC camps had been established in Iowa, with over 46,000 young men working in these camps, building over 1,000 structures. Iowa was still a relatively young state. By 1931, we had one of the largest number of state parks in our state of any state in the Union. Today, Iowa has over 83 state parks and recreation areas consisting of over 53,000 acres. And so the next time you're looking to get out and explore Iowa, take a look at our state parks, find our rich history, see the artifacts the Civilian Conservation Corps has left behind for us to celebrate this state and all of our unique landforms.
As a reminder to all our visitors, all Iowa students have free admission to the Iowa Hall of Pride thanks to Musco Lighting.
Well, I think where I'm from, the kind of my career path, playing all 4 years in college, being a 7th round draft choice, it took me 6 years in the minor leagues playing before I was given that legitimate chance to play. I think just kind of that run, that path to the big leagues really kind of set the tone for my thinking, my confidence level, my attitude at that level. It took me a while to feel like I belonged there, which it's not a good feeling. I wish I was a superstar and an all-star and where I could just show up and be like, hey, I'm here. Let's play ball. Minors is no joke. I mean, you got some, especially in AAA. You got some 4:30 wake-up calls. You're getting on a plane at 6. Especially playing in Edmonton. Every plane trip was a long one, so that was and that can wear on you a little bit. and the pay isn't substantial. So it's where I came from. It's my path to the big leagues, all that stuff. And I didn't get there on just sheer talent. There was some hard work. Just given my ability, my size, where I came from, I couldn't just kind of float through the minor leagues and just, in the big leagues. I really had to work. I had to work hard and just never give up and just stay after it and kind of grind it. I mean, I was known as a grinder. I grind out my at bats, my career, everything. I had to work hard for it. It didn't come easy to me. And so, yeah, I love that role. Just being that guy, from Iowa, that just kind of that hard-nosed guy. I mean, that was kind of the deal. I wish I could tell people that I grew up on a hog farm or something like that, and that's how I got so strong. But no, it's just something about being from Iowa, small town Iowa. Just the attitude that you got to work. I mean, you want something, you got to work for it.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, you know what? I don't want to have to do this. 6 months old. Which is
Where are you guys from?
From the Amanas.
From the Amana colonies, yes.
Is this your first time in the High Trestle Trail?
It is.
What do you think?
Fantastic.
It is tremendous.
Spectacular view.
Work of art on the bridge to make it look circular and, it's actually square. Very neat, very neat.
How often do you guys ride the Iowa trails?
Oh, we haven't done too many. We've done just 4 or 5. Normally we ride in Amana and then the Cedar Rapids area.
Nice. And will you come back to this area?
We will.
You bet.
Like that video? Well, you'll love this. Make sure to subscribe by clicking the button down below. Look at more videos, clicking the playlist right here, and make sure you check out our new online store for the Iowa Hollow Pride website, in which you can find the link in the description below.